leprechauns out there.
From all us little leprechauns.
In here, in this basement.
Top of the evening? Or is it bottom of the evening? How's that work?
I don't know.
Top of the morning, bottom of the... I don't know.
So,
Happy St. Patrick's
That's
Day!
a really good question, Neil.
St. Patrick's Day is an excuse for Americans to wear caricature items of Irish people and drink too much alcohol and call that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
In our authentic
In our authentic.
St. Patrick's Day
gear.
wear.
Yes.
Joy.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Welcome everyone to the Cult Show. It is yet another Friday. Hello to everyone in there, up here, out there.
I hope you all have a plate of food ready because we're going to talk about dumplings. And if there was ever a movie to eat while you watch it, it's this one.
This is the one. Okay. Especially if it's dumpling based even, right? Would
A
make it even
dumpling,
more fun.
perhaps a pot sticker.
Yeah. I think an overstuffed dumpling where you bite into it and the juices like squirt out everywhere.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's what I think.
Everywhere.
Anyway.
Space Face, I miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. Where are you? Space Face, come home.
Space Face, come back.
Space Face, come back.
Speaking of which, who is with us? Do we know who is
We do.
in the chat?
Of course, running things as always, we've got producer Scott. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Pod people of the future, we say thank you.
Welcome,
for
Potters.
listening. Welcome back.
You think pod people in the future live in Potter's Bluff? Is that a
Yes.
thing you think?
Yes,
so
that's where
cool.
they all live.
Okay, cool.
Great. Awesome. So with us in live chat tonight, we have Miss Movie Buff Laura.
Oh, I like Laura.
She rad.
Hi, Laura. Welcome.
We've got the Space Face Macy,
The aforementioned.
who's got corned beef tonight. Lucky.
Wow, Space Face.
Tommy Levette
Hi, Tommy.
and Mindy Horror Movie Addict.
Also a fan.
Mindy's getting food in a half hour. Wow, Mindy.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Wow, Taco Bell and Mary's Pizza.
Ooh, get it.
Dang.
Let's go.
All right, Mindy.
Live your life.
Yeah.
That's
Put the taco on top of the piece of pizza.
And then you fold the pizza into a taco.
There you go.
So it's a taco inception.
Right.
wow.
And then you unwrap the burrito supreme and put all of that into the burrito, rewrap it up.
Yeah. And then
So
you
it
get
all
some
stays
raw
together?
dough, just raw pizza dough.
Right.
Encase that.
Right. And then you boil it, and then you have a dumpling.
You have a giant fucking dumpling.
You got that, Mary's and Taco Bell. We're giving you pearls here, people.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
this happen.
TM.
I was about to say, we're not even saying TM on that one.
No, I got it. I was there.
No,
It's yours.
No,
It's yours,
no,
world.
Caleb, you can't give away our licensing rights to this kind of stuff. Come on.
No, TM.
Well, TM was said, so...
No, we claimed it. We licked it. It's ours.
Right.
Cheers,
exactly.
everyone.
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Cheers.
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 Friends?
Cheers.
I have no idea what happened to the cheers.
Cheers.
Ba-ding.
It's fine. Just use your imagination.
That's okay.
You've all been here long enough. You know what it sounds
Cha-ching,
like.
cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. A leprechaun stole the cheers
Oh.
sound.
Oh, shit.
I can't find it.
All right.
I wanna go
No.
where everybody
Oh, got
knows
it.
your
Got it.
name.
He found it.
All right. Woo, that was
Nailed it,
close.
Scott.
Yeah.
I just about walked out. I was like, no.
I just thought we should just sing the Cheers song from the Cheers, the TV show. The Cheers? The Cheers? Isn't that what it was called? The Cheers?
The cheers.
The Cheers for Fears?
All those cheers.
All those cheers.
And the fearses. It's all right.
Before we do the dumpling course,
Okay.
should we talk about other things?
Yeah, let's
Let's do
postpone the dumpling.
Let's put a pin in that. I don't have a whole lot to share today because I had to go to the hospital and then convalesce.
Mm,
So it was a big bummer.
that is-
And I was like the kind of like situation where you can't like take in a lot of media. You're kind of just like a little troll person.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was me. However, before I got hurt, we did watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, what'd you think?
What did I think? What did I think? It was so funny. It was so funny. It is the type of movie where we had to pause it constantly because like we were laughing and then we were like missing things. Pedro and Nick, they're like this. They're like this. They're so chemistry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're so on fire. It was great. It was great. And then the other thing I want to use my time to share tonight, this is my time, is some very sad news this afternoon that Lance Reddick has died.
I saw that.
And I love Lance Reddick. A lot of us do. He's a major character actor. He's been in the game for forever. A lot of people these days know him for the John Wick movies. He did Horizon Zero Dawn. He did a voice in that. And I remember when Scott was playing that, I was like, oh, it's Lance. Done a million other things. And one of the things most near and dear to my heart is that he played Papa Legba on American Horror Story. And if you know anything about me, like people always ask, like, oh, if you weren't married, like who's like the perfect man? And I always say Papa Legba from American Horror Story. The look, the vibe, the power, everything. He is, if I wasn't married, Papa Legba from American Horror Story all the way. So it's kind of like my crush has died.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It is kind of devastating.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was so young. He was only 60.
Yeah, he was young.
And you look at him, he looks like 20 years younger than that. But
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that's like incredibly
Yeah, when I
sad
saw it,
news.
I was like, wait, what the? Because it was like buried in my feed for some reason because it wasn't like
As sexy as some other news.
major news or something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I was like, holy shit, I just saw that guy in something that I can't say.
Probably John Wick. Yeah.
That I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But...
Yeah.
I remember him from Fringe,
So
Yes.
many
right?
things.
Was
Yeah.
it Royals, I think the name
Mhm.
was in
He
Fringe?
was in
Yeah.
Fringe, yep.
So many things.
Yeah.
So today my heart broke. A little piece of my heart broke
Oh,
off
I'm sorry.
and traveled with Lance Reddick to the other side.
Dang, that heart's getting really damn small now.
Oh, it's barely a nub. It's barely a nubbin.
I mean, it's so small. It only has one chamber to pump now. It's not even like a
I wouldn't-
bump.
I wouldn't even call it a chamber.
Yeah,
I'd call it a
exactly.
hallway.
No, it's just
Yeah. Empty hallway.
it just makes a sound now. It doesn't even
Oh.
make a bump.
That's exactly what it sounds like. What about you guys with my sad news?
I too did not watch a lot, so I had to dig a little bit. But
Were you in the hospital too?
No, I was not in the hospital. No. I did see Scream 6.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, I saw it like 3 or 4
Oh, you went to the
weeks
screening. That's
yeah.
right.
Saw it a long time ago.
Yeah.
If you like the Scream franchise,
I
and
do.
obviously a lot of you do based on your posts, you're going to love this movie. Most of you have probably already seen it anyway, but I'm just padding my little time that I have here.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to see it very, very soon now that I'm better.
I think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I've also started Mandalorian over on Disney Plus. And this isn't a spoiler, but if you've seen the newest episode, our good buddy, cinematographer,
Dean
Dean
Cundy!
Cundy has
Yes.
a little blink and you missed it. Little
So sweet.
little oh, it's so great.
That's
I was like,
so awesome.
like I was just sitting there going like all of a sudden I was like, Dean!
Cundy. It's like, where's Waldo?
You know, pause, rewind, take a picture, send it to Neil.
That was really fun. That was really,
Yep.
really fun.
Actually, you
So-
saw that, and then his wife posted it also,
She did.
Cute.
like just after. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, that is all I have got.
Okay.
Neil.
I've got plenty to share.
Okay.
Plenty.
Great.
No, actually, I haven't watched that hell of a lot either. But I did watch the documentary called "Too Funny to Fail," which is about Dana Carvey's show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You heard about that? So I didn't.
I know about that documentary. I haven't.
I remember
Oh,
Dana
okay.
Carvey.
Watched
I
it,
remember
but-
Dana Carvey's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun. I mean, I had no clue about any of it. The fact that Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell were on it,
All the Steves.
super babies before Daily Show and everything, which
Yeah.
is when I first saw them. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty fun. If you're looking, I mean, did I care about Dana Carvey's show? Not really, but was it fun to watch and see all these people that were involved and the history of how it failed because of, as usual, networks not being ready for such a groundbreaking type thing.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was cool, and it was good to see like Steve Carell and
Dana
Stephen
Carvey
Colbert.
is so funny.
He is. He's funny.
Like, oh my god, he's one of the best people ever on SNL. He's so funny.
He is really good. There's no question. And then guess what I have started watching again after
the
a
English.
few years of hiatus?
What?
The English Part 2.
What?
A show that you and I used to watch heavily, The Walking Dead. I have finally picked it back up.
Yeah.
I left off halfway through season 10 where I went on its break or whatever, and I never picked it back up.
Yeah.
Because of whatever.
How many
pandemics.
seasons are there now?
I think 11 was the last one.
Oh,
I think.
so
I can't say 100%,
so you're not that
but I
far
think.
behind then.
No, I'm not, but it feels like years because I haven't watched it, and so I haven't watched it in
I
years.
don't remember where I left
So
off.
I had to I had to watch the episode. I had to kind of go back and start watching to figure out where exactly I was.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I watched the one episode that I had seen previously, and then one in.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's any good or not yet, but
All right.
Oh no.
But basically what you're saying is you have exhausted everything else. You had nothing else to watch.
I am
And
getting to
you're-
that point.
And you're like, fuck, all right, Walking Dead.
Well,
Here
it's
we
kind of
go.
funny. It's kind of funny. I talked to Sandra and Scott about this a couple of days ago, and that is I got AMC Plus specifically to watch the last season of Walking Dead, and so a week or two ago I went on to finally start, and they don't have it on there. They make
So
you
dumb.
Subscribe to a whole different Walking Dead channel to watch the original Walking Dead.
I know that's such a deterrent.
So,
honestly.
FYI, I'm gonna cancel it soon, and hopefully
Wow.
you're almost done with your thingy.
I'm caught up.
Okay, cool.
That's
But,
good up.
I'm not even watching that other thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it ended. It's done.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so there you go. Walking Dead. If you ever want to pick it back up,
You have to jump through some damn hoops.
you do. Well, it's on Netflix. I'm watching it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope the last season's on there. I mean,
It'll be there eventually.
eventually, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, can we talk Oscars real quick?
Yeah, I
Sure.
didn't watch it.
I know you guys didn't watch it. I sat through the full 3.5 hour thing. So I mean, I got up like during the middle parts a little bit and like cooked some turkey meat and
So
you know,
specific.
play
Okay. Jesus. Play
But
with
if
the
you
cat.
know
Play with the
Neil,
cats.
it's not specific though.
No.
It's
Right.
just all there is.
it's it's turkey meat. It's what I do. So, but so are we? I'm assuming we're happy about good old Key.
We're very happy that Everything Everywhere All at Once movie we all loved.
Yes.
Did so good because we were talking about this. We're like a movie that a lot of people actually liked and it was actually good and it wasn't fucking boring or depressing.
Right.
Won a lot of things. Like what award show is this?
Yeah. So I mean, I know we're very happy because I mean A24 distributor of that and The Whale.
Yes.
And they got the top, directing and
Yeah.
acting awards. So it's pretty
so
cool.
good for them.
Because we support A24 for sure.
Yeah.
We like their choices. That was cool. And then of course Jamie Lee finally winning. Good old Jamie Lee Curtis, and she
Love
thanked
it.
us specifically.
Yep.
Like she reached out to
She reached
and
out
said-
to us.
to us.
Yeah. Said
and
thank
said,
you.
Thank you, all my
Yeah.
genre supporters. So
It was
We
really
have an
nice because she
Oscar.
knows what's up. She's so good. And Michelle won.
yep, Michelle
So,
Yeoh.
yeah.
Yep.
The directors won. They won all the things.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, however, I'm sure because you guys are purveyors of social media, you're not really purveyors.
to some
but
to
you
some
know what I
degree.
mean, to some degree,
Yes.
but perusers maybe is a better word.
Sure.
There's the young lady who was sitting in there who was wearing the very big white like veil thing. That like, did you see this?
No.
Really? Oh, okay. So she was sitting somewhere. I'm not sure which row she was in. Let's call it the 10th row back or something. But she was prominently enough displayed. She had this huge white thing, and I'm not lying about where my arms are,
Yeah.
right up,
Is
so
that
that
big?
people behind her couldn't see. I mean, for rows and rows.
Who is she?
I have no idea who she was.
Producer Scott Googled this.
But I mean, it was like I remember when they first showed it, I was like,
What's
"That's
she
kind
doing?
of rude." I'm like,
she
"People
making a
can't see."
statement? Was she like a protester or something?
No, she was. I think she was invited. But I mean, I don't know who she was. But I was just thinking, like, dang,
You're
that's.
uninvited.
Now.
I don't know. I just thought that was really weird. I was like, I was really kind of rude to people that were behind her
Yeah.
coming in that kind of outfit.
Maybe she knew she was gonna sit in front of somebody who's like really fucking awful. And
Maybe.
she was like, I'm gonna block him. I'm gonna block him.
It appears that the person who was wearing the hat's name is Thames.
Oh.
TMS.
Like the river?
I believe I know who that is. I believe they're an influencer.
Jesus.
Singer Thames
They were
Singer
nominated
Thames.
according to this.
goes
Oh, then wear a big hat. You got nominated.
goes viral with view-blocking white dress at Oscars.
You know what?
Her dress has
Do it.
been compared to a cloud, with some calling the choice of the dress rude.
You know what? You're
That's what I called
nominated. Wear whatever the hell you want.
Another
Right.
headline says Thames gave 0 fucks of the woman in the white dress at Oscars.
All right.
It's kind of a cat move. It's kind of a cat move.
Power
Power move and a power hat?
I don't know. We might
You know
have to
what?
disagree with that, maybe.
Wear it.
I don't know.
You know what? The person behind it could have just like leaned forward.
It's
and
not
took-
the person. It was multiple
Well, they all
people.
could have leaned forward
For
and taken a
Rose.
nap
Oh, I
on.
broke our pen.
You broke her pen.
I pierced the toast.
They all
See how
could-
angry Neil is about this?
They could have leaned forward and taken a lovely little nap on the cloud. It's a
there's
3-hour show.
There's rules. We are sophisticated and or whatever society, and it's like
We
You know-
live in a society, damn
Live in a
it.
society.
we need to take care of each other. We shouldn't be thinking of ourselves only.
Oh, whatever. Those
Anyway.
tickets are.
All right.
Yeah. Blech.
Fine, be that way.
Blech.
That's all I want to talk about. I do want to say the cult film series, of course, is coming up for April. April 6th is the next one, where we're going to feature the film Natural Born Killers and Heart and Souls. And then on the 20th, we're doing what? Jackie Kong's coming back to
It's
town
the Jackie Kong evening.
for The Being and a
Mhm.
film called The Relic.
Relic's a good movie.
So Jackie Kong will be in person at the cult film
And
series
Being.
on the 20th.
Yeah, they're both good movies.
They're there.
I mean, we've talked about The Being before, so.
The Being.
The Being.
And then finally, we've got, don't forget, merch. We have a merch
We're
store.
wearing it.
In our store, you can find shirts. You can find pillows,
Yeah.
right?
Cups, mugs.
Mindy, our friend Mindy, recently purchased some merch. Sent us a picture of the merch.
Super
Thank
cute,
you.
Mindy.
Scott said he was
Super
going to put the
cute.
picture up of Mindy in the merch. So hopefully he can find the picture. All right, I'm getting a thumbs up.
Maybe it'll happen. Maybe
There's
it won't
Mindy.
happen.
Look, and look, you see that smile Mindy is wearing?
That's
That
cult-
is because
That's cult show happiness.
that is guaranteed happiness when
Who
you
says
buy.
who says you can't buy happiness?
Not the
can.
cult show. You can buy all kinds of happiness.
All kinds of fucking happiness. around here.
Mindy, thank you very much. You look
Thank
great.
you.
Can we do a dumpling?
Let's get on with it.
All right, here's your tasty, tasty dumpling. All the way from 2004 in Hong Kong. Written by Lillian Lee and directed by Fruit Chan. A lot of people know Fruit Chan. Mrs. Lee is a retired actress who wants to look like she did at the height of her career. Her a-hole husband is having an affair with a much younger woman, so that's not helping matters. She seeks out Aunt May, whose dumplings are notorious for making people look youthful. But the secret ingredient is pretty nasty. This movie is almost 20 years old, and it is so very, very topical and relevant, especially with things going on in our own US of A. I was like, it's my turn to pick. I love to pick extreme horror movies that make people cringe. I don't always do it. I'm a kind and benevolent dictator. But I was like, I haven't picked one in a long time, and it's time. And this movie has been on my mind. I haven't seen it since it came out stateside sometime around the year 2004, sometime around then. And I still think it holds up. I appreciated it more the second viewing. A little older, a little wiser. Yeah, so it's gross and all. So this was taken from a 3-part film, and they, like an anthology, and they plucked that out and they said, let's go big with it. 3 Evils, I think it's called. I didn't write it down. So yeah, it's nasty, but I think it's a really brilliant film. So what did y'all think? What'd y'all think of my dumplings?
3 extremes.
3 extremes.
I knew I wrote it down somewhere, but you gotta like search
That's
through all the
also
notes to
our
find
alternative
it, so.
title of this show is 3 extremes.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Hit it.
Opening thoughts. You probably don't know this, but back in the 90s, Neil and I worked in a movie theater that played foreign films like this.
Yeah.
Delicatessen, Leolo, The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and Her Lover. I did not find this movie shocking or even really disgusting, but rather familiar, almost like coming home after being gone for a very long time. I know I didn't like it as much as you, Sandra.
That's okay.
But I thought it was pretty okay.
Pretty okay, sis. Pretty okay.
Pretty okay.
As far as like the foreign weird things that we,
You think foreign people are weird? Got it.
No, I'm just saying Neil and I saw some pretty bizarre movies. And this would be like, just be right there with them,
Right there with them.
So, and by the way, I was eating while I was watching it, and I was actually eating dumpling soup. So
You're a monster.
I said, I did not find this movie shocking. Like, not in like a gross, like, you read the synopsis, it tells you pretty much what you're in for.
Yeah, and yet,
so
Caleb
I made some dumpling soup and
soulless.
put some tons of sriracha on that and some pickled jalapenos and just went to town.
Good to go.
Slurp, slurp.
Okay. What did I think?
What did Neil think?
What did I think? Well, Caleb, he brings up actually a very good point, because he's right that because of the art film we used to play, The Lakeside, we did see some weird things that were kind of in the same vein of this film.
We've all seen some shit.
I've been around, But so that being said, I don't know that I necessarily found it as shocking either, quite honestly.
I don't know that it's shocking as much as it's gross.
It wasn't too gross. I mean, the grossest thing for me, if I can be honest, was the fertilized egg that the husband would eat.
That was the
grossest part for me.
That was actually shocking, because I've never actually seen that. That was like, holy shit, I have never seen.
What was that thing? Was it chicken? Was it
It's
a duck?
a fertilized egg. It's a chicken, I think.
Okay.
It's a delicacy that rich assholes eat.
But I just was like trying to look at it like.
No, I remember they would eat those in Fur Factor or whatever. It was Fur Factor. And it's kind of gross. But I mean, I liked the film. I thought it was well acted. I thought it was cinematographed. I thought it was photographed well. So all those things. But I mean, I'm glad you picked it, 'cause I had never seen it, obviously.
Yeah.
Bai Ling was awesome.
Love Bai Ling.
Great.
She's a fine looking woman.
She's a fine-looking woman.
So
she's actually 60 years old in this film. Yeah,
that's right. She looked really good for her age.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, me, I want to be revolted and disgusted.
Same.
And all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So that's why. Yeah, I mean, that's why we do this.
Oh, I guess I should say, I don't know if we can talk about this movie without using. We should say it's about schmortions. If you don't like hearing or talking about terminated pregnancies, this is not the film for you.
Yeah.
So just know that we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. And this episode,
spoil the shit out.
And this episode isn't the episode for you.
Yeah.
So.
Not
but
the
we
movie
got
for you.
Tons of other ones that you can go and listen to.
Tons of shit. We're gonna do a game later. Come back. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a great soundtrack. I love the soundtrack in this film. Love the sound in this film too. It's kind of stylized is the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching it. It's just a hair over the top. There's like a great moments, like there's a moment with the knife that makes a really good sound. There's a moment scraping the spoons. Caleb and I love the we eat everything with those spoons. Scraping that on the bowl, that like porcelain ceramic sound.
Right.
That one was one of my favorites. So I love this. I love the sound of this movie in general.
And to me, it sounded very much like a ASMR video. I mean,
which I like. Yeah.
Okay. you know.
Yeah, I like ASMR. I like ASMR.
They definitely play up the noises of eating. The eating noises.
You will
actually
hear
just
noises.
anything with your mouth, because there's some.
You're right. The kissing,
kissing
and things.
there's,
Yes.
Yeah.
like,
You're right.
just
It's
lots
all of it.
like
Yeah.
lip smacking and.
And for a lot of people, those are horrifyingly triggering things. So it's kind of like it's kind of for a lot of people it like is
Yeah, I'm
that
one of them.
nail on a chalkboard.
Yeah, and again, that has a name. It's misophonia.
I mean, it's
a phobia of hearing
Phones.
chewing.
Oh,
see, I don't have a phobia. It just annoys the living shit out of me when I hear it in person. Like when someone's actually
That's a
chewing
phobia,
near me.
Neil.
it's a phobia. No.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't run away screaming or anything.
Well, you don't have to.
Not like my
phobia.
CPD, not like my
mean-
Celine Dion phobia. That's different.
That's different. That's an allergic.
I don't, scream while driving over the Golden Gate Bridge every time. But,
Right, but you don't like producer Scott same way.
But I'm pretty deathly afraid and think about falling the entire time. So,
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people have that
Oh,
fear.
I never
Yeah.
knew that.
I have to say, for someone who like wears headphones and listens to mouth sounds as a secondary job, I cannot stand sounds like that. So
You're
this
kinda
movie
getting-
was
yeah.
rough.
You're kind of getting exposure
You got
therapy.
it. You got it.
There's a poodle. Nothing bad happens to
There's-
the poodle, right?
You know what? Surprisingly.
Huh.
Not surprisingly, you would
Yeah.
think like, oh, something's gonna happen to this,
Something gonna happen to it.
but no. And the dog wouldn't even eat the dumplings though. So it's
No, the dog was like, "The fuck is no." The dog said, "This is against God and nature." So, but you know what? You don't want to waste it. You put it in a plant.
Those God-fearing dogs, man. You gotta.
I think
God
one
bless
of
'em.
our favorite parts. I'm speaking for Neil and
Yes, that's
I.
fine.
Is well, I mean, just the character of Aunt May, and she's so eccentric and quirky and a little unhinged,
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
Mhm.
So like I just kind of love her energy she brings to her scenes.
Mhm.
And I love it when she's like, "Let me sing to you while you eat."
Yeah.
and it's like that's just such a bizarre thing
Yeah.
that it's like, wow, that would make you maybe kind of uncomfortable. Like you're already doing this weird illegal thing in this person's house, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
"Can I sing for you?" And like they don't stop talking. Like,
But that's the thing. I think
frantically.
Mrs. Lee is already very uncomfortable,
She's-
and then she's just like,
Yes.
"Let me just turn that dial out."
Turn that down. I love the colors in this movie too. Color's a big thing. We're noticing that.
Mhm.
Like, Mrs. Lee wears a lot of orange, and then she eventually there's like a part where she moves into white, and Aunt May is wearing orange, and then she goes like kind of like a mix. And yeah, other interesting little color stories.
So can we say what the dumplings are made of?
Yes,
That-
now we can. We've warned everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should probably put that out there for sure if anyone who hasn't guessed
Yeah, you're
yet.
probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Why have we
it's-
not done that yet?
You're eating terminated pregnancies.
Yes, fetuses.
Embryos, I don't. And really, there's a lot of different stages of development that you eat in a dumpling up to 5 months old, in fact.
The best ones are 5 to 6 months.
And those are the hardest to get, right? And that
They're-
she
I
kind of
think-
talks about.
What was it? They're kitten-like?
Ugh,
Wasn't that
God,
I think that was the
what a cringy, yeah.
the phrase.
So yeah, Auntie is always just wild and free. So she used to be a doctor that performed abortions, and of course, there's a little bit of history here because she was on mainland China, and she was doing this during the one-child policy that was going on. So she went through a lot of them. A
Mhm.
lot. What did she say? Something like 30,000 abortions or something like that. And I
yeah.
did a little research. I didn't dig super deep, but I looked into what were like abortion laws in Hong Kong around the time. And it was kind of interesting, like when this came out. And I could be kind of misremembering my research, but it wasn't illegal to get an abortion in Hong Kong at the time, but it was not easy. You had to get to the places, which is still problems for a lot of people seeking them today, and to seek the procedure. And then I think it was really expensive, and I think you had to have like 2 doctors sign off on it. So it was like a lot. So you could see how later we meet the character that's in a horrible situation.
Right.
It makes a lot more sense than just like she didn't want to take a long train ride. Like there was obstacles.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting because it made me think. Do you have a right to be squeamish eating the dumpling when you like know why you're eating it? Do you have a right? Like, does Mrs. Lee have a right to be squeamish at first?
I think so.
I found that a little interesting. Well, I mean, first of all, I'm going to say
yeah.
I read different things that said the food looked super appetizing. I didn't think it did. You know, I never really went like...
It's not totally my thing.
I would trade this soup I'm currently eating for what's on screen. But when she first takes that first bite, I got the feeling that it like gushed a little bit.
There's no other way. There's no other way.
And maybe she wasn't expecting that. I mean, that's how I took that first scene. Got a little baby juice. Baby juice.
There's no other words. There's no other words. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of I mean, she gets hooked on him pretty quickly, but it's a little hypocritical to be like squeamish when it's like you're paying a lot of money. You want this for reasons.
I have been in situations where I've had to eat something I don't want to eat.
But did you pay a lot of money and seek this person out?
Well, no.
Did you want it for vanity purposes?
No, and that's the issue with Miss Lee is, I mean, her vanity was getting in front of her morality, obviously, right?
Yes.
So, I don't know. I think to me it makes perfect sense. I think it flows fine.
Why did you have to eat?
Here's a simile.
I want to know.
How many times have I walked up and stood in line for 2 hours for a roller coaster just to nope out at the very last minute and say, I'm not doing this?
It's basically the same.
I think it's the same.
I don't know this.
Okay.
I did not know that about you.
Many times.
Okay.
What did you have to eat once? I want to know.
You know what? I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't feel like it's an on-air topic. How's that? How's that? I can say once when I was in Russia in Moscow, we walked into a restaurant to get some Asian food, and then I found out that they were serving horse as the meat, and I walked out.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, not doing
No, you noped out of there. Nope.
I mean, granted, I didn't walk in knowing what it was, but the minute I found out, I did leave.
It was like everything was horse.
Really?
No, I think you could have chose a couple different, but the minute I saw them, they had the big round stovetops, and they were like doing the different meats, and then the interpreter with us was like, that one's horse you can get, and I was just like, no, I can't eat in a place that serves
I
horse.
can't eat My Little Ponies. I'm sorry, I'm going.
Shit. I would have done it.
You are a madman.
No, meat is meat.
Scott, Bruce and Scott would eat horse.
You guys are
what's wrong with you?
Ew, Scott.
You're sick bastards.
I mean, I have an excuse of like plant-based anyway, but I'm definitely not eating a beautiful, magnificent horse.
Artex!
Well, you're not.
Artex, you made Artex!
You're not eating a beautiful anything. I mean, that's just your...
but I mean a horse? God's most perfect creation, the horse?
I ain't doing Wilbur, man. I ain't doing him like that.
I don't know. I almost want to say like there's probably a huge difference between a horse that's
of different color
made for consumption and a horse that's made for riding.
I can't. Let's put that.
No, horses need to roam and be free, and
yes, they do.
In my belly.
We're horse. Neil and I are horse girls. We're horse girls.
I can't anymore. I can't do this with them anymore.
No, you know what? Fuck them. Just pretend they're not here.
You guys have crossed the line.
Back to the dumpling.
Scott, can we get a poll?
No, do not put up a poll. Do not. Do
Yes.
not. Do
Would
not.
No, I know it's gonna go against us.
Okay. So Mrs. Lee is more concerned about the shame of getting a divorce too, which is really interesting. And clearly, like they're like society people. Like she has her little like ladies who lunch event, and they're very rich, and she was quite famous. Her husband's quite famous, and it's just like, well, yeah, this is a movie where you think about your morals and how far would you go for something. And I don't think this is a far-fetched thing that people would do, right? Like, do you
No.
think people would do this?
No,
Yes.
They
absolutely.
did the penis facial.
Yeah.
They'll do
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
There's things like this, things like what's the movie with Matthew Broderick and about eating the endangered species and Marlon Brando?
What
The Freshman?
The Freshman.
Yeah.
On the waterfront.
The Freshman, where rich people can order and eat endangered species animals or whatever, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I can see it all happening.
Yeah, it's awful. So there's a really, really difficult scene for a lot of people to watch, and that's when the teenager who's a victim of incest and sexual assault has to have a pregnancy
Aborted.
ended.
Yes.
In a sink by Auntie, who we love, but does not have what you would call bedside manner. You also can't use any drugs because she needs this product.
So she basically agrees to do the termination because she needs
She needs it.
fetus
Right.
of a little more maturity
Yeah.
because that has more potency for Miss Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So-
willing to pay big.
So Aunt May's scruples are a little questionable as well.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
think it's
almost
safe
like
to
she's
say.
kind of broken a little. Like at some point, it just
Yes.
kind of.
Yeah, there's
Right.
no.
She
But I mean,
eats
just
the
the way
product,
she
too.
like. So
Yeah.
after the baby is born into a sink,
Yeah.
just the way she like slaps and this girl's like 15 years old. It's been
Yeah.
through this traumatic event. She's just like, bop, bop, kind of like you would a piece of meat.
Go lay down on my couch.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, I think she just kicked him out. Like,
No, she
like,
did. She did offer the couch, but would you want to stay on her couch? I don't know. Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
while telling the mom, like,
This is
women need to stick together and you need to protect your kid.
and you know what? I did appreciate her saying that, not to victim blame mom because it was a hell of a situation, but I did appreciate her at least saying like,
But I also
take
bring
care of
that up
business
because later on it is like every woman for themselves. And
yes,
this,
yeah, it's kind of
and so it's
interesting.
kind of like, do you really mean that?
her loyalty shift,
or are you
Yeah.
just saying things while this is happening to get the product that you want,
yeah,
so that then you can get money from Mrs. Lee?
yeah, absolutely. And she does warn mom and daughter about like, and that's also kind of exposition for us of like how dangerous this is, how this could go so wrong. And it sure does. It sure does.
So, by the way, we've got Max Stacks in the chat with us, and Max has talked about the fact that a place got caught selling kangaroo meat instead of roast beef. Wow.
Doesn't that seem like it would be more expensive?
You would
to
think
I
so.
would
provide-
try that too.
Yeah, same.
You can't eat a kangaroo.
You can't eat kangaroo.
Don't tell me what to do.
Gosh.
I would.
They'd eat roo.
I don't get it.
It's
Wait, which one's the
monstrous.
baby?
Roo.
Okay, yeah, correct.
Yeah, Kanga and Roo. Oh, I wrote this note down. Well, they discuss the meat. There's a shot from beneath the table. There's a lot of really good shots. There's a few cool ones where you're looking it up at all those like circular hallways. Yeah, he has fruit chan. He's got him and whoever helped with this film. They have great eye.
That apartment building was really cool with
Yeah.
that center.
That's circular.
with the
circular.
I mean, it just went up for like 30 stories. and
Unless
that
you were those
big-
policemen, because apparently it doesn't have an elevator. They
That's
had
what
to
I
run
said.
it.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
They had to book it. Producer Scott, what is worse, the crunch or the slurp?
The crunch.
The crunch is-
100% the
you
crunch.
prefer
Because the crunch was also paired out with like chewing mouth sounds.
Yeah.
And the two could not be separated in this particular film, and it was I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Fair. I don't know which one's worse. I don't love either. I guess I prefer the crunch.
Yeah, me too. The
Yeah, I
slurp
prefer
was
the
worse.
crunch.
Yep.
Yeah. At least of
Agreed.
what we're the subject
Yeah.
matter.
So a crunch is like, I perceive it as like a dry thing, whereas a slurp is a
Yeah, Neil's
wet-
like,
Moist.
grape
Squish.
nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Grape nuts. That's
Um,
fine. Kinder nuts. It's like, no problem. I can eat those.
Yeah, everybody's favorite word, moist. It's moist. And you're right. I feel like the dumplings get progressively bigger, and
Me
then
too.
like and Miss Lee is just gobbling them down.
I like how she flosses though after she eats her lunch. Just down
Ugh.
there.
It just kind of makes you cringe a little. Like, Jesus, what
But she's just like sort of like plucking. They're not even dumplings yet.
Yeah.
I think she's just eating them.
Oh, Auntie?
Yeah. Like
yeah, Auntie.
raw.
I don't know if she makes hers into like a chip because she eats them, but she's like crunchy.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, but other
Yeah.
times she's just like straight out of the bowl. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
No.
Yeah,
Again, I think her morals are just kind of.
She's no. I think
God.
she's Auntie is as I think some of her
Right.
marbles have been.
But she's great. I mean, like I love.
The character, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
I mean, like her look and her acting and
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so funny because like her style is reflected in her being kind of wild and free, but it's so like early to mid 2000s.
Oh, absolutely. With
Like,
those capris and the
capris were everywhere, and then like a shoe with like a big flower on
Right,
it, like,
yeah.
and those like is kind of like quarter sleeve like boat neck shirts with
Right.
like a
but
graphic.
it's like super low, and
Yes!
every time she bends down,
Yeah.
like they're. At first, I was like, "Damn, like get up in there." But I also feel like that was obviously intentional,
Yeah,
and not to be like
leering.
but
Yeah.
just more like this is kind of what Mrs. Lee is going for.
Right,
is
she's,
this look. It's almost like advertising.
She's not being
on Aunt May's part.
She doesn't have any like. She's not trying to dress modestly or no. I agree, and you can see Miss Lee is like she's a hater.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hater.
But
And she's like, can I
but that's
get that?
but that's what she's there for.
Yeah,
is
that's
to look like that.
Yeah.
Even though, can we also just say they keep saying she's this aging actress, this
Yes,
aging, and
yeah.
like, if that's aging, like,
But-
what does that make Neil and I?
But I mean, by Hollywood, by movie star standards, it's true. I mean, I'm sure by the time she was like 30, it was like, oh my God, now you can only play like the widow or, things like that.
The grandma
Where she
or-
was like,
Yeah.
in her young, that's very common. Basically, you can only get a role if you're Meryl Streep if you're over 40. No, thankfully, it looks like tides are turning. Thanks to Jamie and Michelle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in poll results?
What do people say? Is it 50-50?
No.
So 50% said yes,
Mm-hmm.
25% said no, 25% said hell no. So yes, it is 50%.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
no and hell no is still a no.
It's still a
that's,
no.
That's
Still a
50
It's
no.
50-50.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a feeling it would be. You should all shape yourselves the 50 that would eat.
This is a
Our
true sampling
tax.
of
Yeah.
our nation.
Yeah.
And or wherever else anyone is from. But
Yep.
Yeah. I want to eat. I want to eat a friendly neighborhood horse.
how about
Mm-hmm.
the scene, the jump scare, the one jump scare in the movie?
The one.
The one.
What are you referring to?
The one where the little chicken pops out, the little chick pops out of the egg.
Oh, that was a good jump scare. That was really good.
Ah,
shit.
sweet Jesus! My bowl of soup went flying.
Scolded by soup. Yeah, and then she
Squishes it.
stamps on it.
Yes. Miss Lee.
Did-
Miss
did
Lee,
she
she's so
though?
mad.
Because then when she walks away and they show the person picking them up, like a lot of the eggs aren't even broken.
No, I know.
She specifically, I think, stepped on the chick once it jumped out.
Yeah,
But
she and it wasn't because it was a jump scare; it's because she was mad. So there's a kind of weird sex scene after she's really looking, as I said here, so fresh and so clean. Her husband's in traction a bit,
Right.
but he just casts that aside because he is hungry like the wolf.
he broke his leg and
I
it's
know.
up,
Yeah.
up there, yeah. in
leg,
traction.
leg be damned. And I think there probably could have been a better position for him, but
Yeah.
he didn't care.
He didn't. I think that was the point. He
He
didn't
was
care.
in the mood.
Yeah.
And I said, because she like goes down on him, I was like, he fucking better reciprocate. And he did.
Well, and she also mother birds him water, which was
True.
like horrifying to behold. Horrifying to behold.
Mother bird. Is that like a waterboard mother bird?
I don't know which is worse. And I thought it was interesting when we go to her like little ladies at lunch meeting, and you know they're like talking about her and like, you know, but she's like, "What are you talking about me?" And they're like, "Oh my god, because you look so good."
Right.
And they talk about sheep placenta, and I think he threw that in there as again kind of a thing that makes most of us recoil. But it's like, oh, but if you could get these benefits to be like so moisturized and youthful looking,
Right.
you'll rub yourself in sheep polenta.
Polenta.
Polenta. You make it into a placenta polenta. That's what you do.
A creamy placenta.
That's the Italian version,
Right.
As opposed to the Hong Kong dumpling. I think I got it. She has a rash and she smells, and that's so awkward.
So awkward.
So awkward.
She's like, "What did you do to me?"
Yeah.
She's like, no, that just means it's working.
Yeah, and you know what's really funny is like her doctor like totally like is awful, like we've talked about on the show, like how femmes and thems get treated at the doctor, but they're like you're fine, you're just stressed, and it's like, not fucking stressed, I have a horn growing out of my shoulder. So that was, I was like, yeah, that tracks. Hubby wants in on the act.
Yes. Hubby's got some questions or
But he's trying to like do a big game, but it's like, no, I just want a dumpling though. Instead of singing though, she doesn't sing to him. She
she sings.
Before that, she gives the history of beneficial cannibalism. She's like, normally I sing, but for you, I'm going to just recite the history of how people have been eating other people and why it's okay.
Yep.
My favorite was the very last one. And some good children would remove flesh from themselves for their parents, for their benefit.
Good children. Did you tell that to your kids?
Yeah.
Write that down. Be like, for my benefit.
Yeah, go make me a dumpling from yourself.
For all major holidays, I want a self-dumpling.
It was my favorite. Actually, my favorite line was that neighbors would trade and eat each other's children. That was from that lesson. I remember I was just like,
yeah. Because it'd probably be kind of hard to eat your own kids.
Well,
so,
right.
But if it was like the fucking bratty neighbor, like, nom, nom, nom.
Right. Yeah, who's like practicing the recorder really poorly.
Right.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm going to eat him. I'm just going to chop off that little baby arm and
yeah,
kebab it.
Have me a little fucking neighbor stick.
From the makers of Chico Stick. Neighbor stick. So then Auntie and husband are hooking up because he cannot resist her charms and her dumplings.
Because women need to stick together.
Yeah, we're worried on that. But she's just like, meh. And she's mad at her because Mrs. Lee was like, I'm going to sue you and all this. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, what are you going to tell them?
Right. What are you going to say?
But she doesn't appreciate her snark and her lip.
She doesn't.
She does not. She will ghost you. If you do that to her, she will straight up ghost you and paint her toenails in what I can only determine was a self-service salon and barbershop.
We need more of those.
I'm not opposed to it, actually. I mean,
getting her hair dried, painting her toes I mean, it's unsanitary.
It is unsanitary as all hell.
But...
And I don't want to put, like, you know, beauticians and stuff out of work. I just thought it was an interesting concept. It's like those places where you can, like, wash your dog.
Right.
Only the dog is you. like
you know, I could see that place being a standard salon, and then just May has that rapport with the locals that she can just go in there and use their everything.
Because she's got power.
She does. She has the power.
She has a lot of power. And it's interesting that she chooses to live where and how she does. And I didn't really know at first why. But then by the end of the movie, we see why. Because this is clearly not the first time she's had to, you know, zip out of town real quick. But before we get there, the mistress is pregnant. This is pretty fucked up. This is pretty fucked up. And Mrs. Lee is like, well, I'm rich. I can get anything I want. I'm going to buy that kid. No pain medication for you. And I'm going to get a first row seat to it because I am that rich. Like, I am that rich. And she says it's like, it's going to be a trophy or something where you're like, oh, it's cold.
Yeah.
That is cold-blooded. Cold-blooded, Miss Lee.
Yeah.
And
revenge is a dumpling best served cold.
served cold. And
Yes.
then there's like, you know, the scene kind of at the end, you can kind of see it through the table and stuff, and it's something I really love about this movie is the end. I like it in books and movies, and it doesn't happen a lot, where you're waiting for comeuppance. You're waiting for the people fucked up and they're gonna get what's coming to them, even if you like the person or not, or the bad guy's gonna get caught. And I love it in books and movies when they just get away, because it doesn't happen a lot. Auntie's in the wind,
Right.
whistling down the lane. She doesn't give a fuck. She's just gonna set up shop somewhere else. She knows she can make this operation anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She knows she can. And then Mrs. Lee, like, yeah, she's kind of going through some stuff, but she gets exactly what she wants.
Like,
in the
she
end.
knows how to do it now. She
Yeah.
doesn't even need Aunt May anymore.
No.
You know?
And maybe she's even over her dumb husband. Maybe she's just, we don't know where she's going to go from this, but she doesn't get any comeuppance.
Mm-mm.
She gets exactly what she wants in the end.
Yeah. And that's why I wrote the morals. Men will always cheat.
It really do be all men.
I mean, because that's what she was there to get her husband, and her husband, you know, saw her. She looked great, and he was still like, no, it's still gonna bang anything else that I can come across. Women don't stick together, especially when it comes to like looks. In this case, anymore. I'm not saying in general. I know you're a very loyal person, so.
These hoes are loyal.
And then money buys everything.
Money buys everything.
Yeah.
And where do you draw the line?
And at what point?
I don't know.
Then I also had the note. At what point does Mrs. Lee just start resorting to murder? You know, doing it herself.
It could
you know,
be
instead of spending her money. You know.
Yeah, just like buying babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ooh, that's a disturbing thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aunt May fidgets with her boobs a lot. Did you notice that?
Yeah, because she's drawing attention to.
There's
them,
a lot of
because then Miss Lee is
pulling and adjusting and pushing and.
Miss Lee's like, meh, 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 meh. Yeah.
But she does it like everywhere she's out, basically, like calling attention to herself, I guess.
Yeah, because she
But
doesn't.
she needs that, obviously.
Yeah.
She needs that affirmation.
I think it's a little.
So-
I think it's some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an interesting character.
Great
Aunt May.
character. Great character.
So I have to say.
Yeah.
Juicy.
Guys,
Juicy.
it is on Tubi if you want to check it out. So it's free.
Or you can pay a small fee
Right.
to Daddy Bezos,
Yeah.
and you get that.
There you go.
Any final thoughts for you?
No, I have Money and Youth Corrupt.
It's true.
I think we went through everything else. I mean, the Aunt May sings a lot. You don't want to know how the sausage is made, and all the usual stuff.
That's
So,
a line in Hamilton, but I know that's like a phrase too.
Oh yeah,
Like people they want the result, but they don't want to know.
see how it's made. Yeah,
They don't want to know what goes into it, right?
Right.
absolutely.
I also had a note that everyone stops what they're doing.
Yeah.
No matter what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whenever the phone rings.
Mm.
Isn't that interesting? Oh my god! And the tiny little phone, like. Yeah.
Did they have the flip phone still? They were using?
Yeah, I think at least.
I think they
couple
did.
characters
Yeah,
had
I
flip
think
phone.
so. I think so.
That was 2004, so you would have flip phones.
Yes,
still.
yeah. People who could afford them have them. Yeah.
And then my only other note was we had mentioned that this was based off of a
Yes, Three Extremes.
Three Extremes. So
Yes.
the original ending.
Mhm. Yes,
would
it's
you like
different.
to know the original ending?
Yes.
All right. So Mrs. Lee gets pregnant in the original ending. She's been ghosted by Aunt May, and she becomes pregnant. Didn't think that she would be able to, and the final shot is of her with a dumpling up to her mouth.
Yeah.
Presumably that it is her own.
Yeah.
Her own baby dumpling.
That's another interesting way to do it too. And we didn't really touch on it, but yeah, she can't have kids, which is a little bit of that's a societal
mentioned
pressure.
that she didn't know whose fault it. Would she say fault?
Yeah, she
Like,
says like
yeah.
fault or something like
Yeah.
that, but
Or
that's a societal pressure a
Mhm.
lot of people face to have kids, and then it's like, So there's something maybe kind of there with, then she's eating kids essentially. And then the mistress does something she could not do.
Right.
That's got to sting.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's young and...
Well, sting, and which is why she's just absolutely so...
Yeah.
Has no morals or...
It's the straw. It's the straw. Like, it's the final straw.
Hurt her.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Hurt her. I don't give a... I'll double it.
Mrs. Lee has now become Aunt May. As far as emotions
maybe she'll
go.
do. Maybe she will open up shop.
She might.
Maybe.
I mean, there's total franchise expansion availability here.
I'm seeing an Apple Plus show. No.
Not to mention she's basically got all the time in the world to learn how to do it at this point too.
Just keep eating. Just keep eating. Oh my god.
Because I'm 64 years old.
All right. Well,
I'm 50. Does the little leg kick thing. Okay.
Dumplings. That's dumplings.
Dumplings. Grab you some dumplings.
Get some dumplings.
Yeah.
Blanche.
Where's your dumplings, Blanche? Yeah.
What do you think? Should we play a St. Patrick's Day game?
Let's do it.
Should we lose our headgear?
No, yeah, I think you should keep your headgear myself, but
okay.
If you're comfortable.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's see if they show up.
See you in a minute.
Welcome to the entertainment part
of the
world. We're gonna play Cult Show Family Feud. Yay! Scott, who is up first?
All right, we are gonna start with Caleb, and I'll kind of go through the rules with you as we go. But Caleb, do you all understand Family Feud, basically?
Basically, yes.
Okay, is it kind of like you're trying to pick like what everybody would pick?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I hate game shows, but yeah.
So start with Caleb. Once you get 3 X's, then we'll move on. Some people can steal some points from you. So the first question is: name something that might bring you bad luck.
A horseshoe.
Bad luck.
An upside down horseshoe.
That would not be on the board. No.
Keep going, Caleb.
Oh,
So you can-
I need 3. That's right. Sorry, I totally misunderstood the question.
Don't understand the question.
So Caleb, name something that might bring you bad luck.
Might bring you bad luck. 13.
13. Survey says.
Nice.
Okay.
You can tell it's gonna be right because it covers over it.
I know, right? Keep going.
Keep going.
You
can see
okay.
my mouse. I didn't think about that. Okay.
A black cat.
A black cat. Survey says.
Boo! Boo! Black cats are wonderful. They're
A walking underneath a ladder.
Walking underneath a ladder. Survey says.
I'm walking on a ladder.
Shit. What else? Tell me.
We need a timer, probably. Huh?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do we?
Well, we can't go on forever.
Sure, I know. You know what? I'm good with that.
No, you got to keep going.
I gotta keep
You got to
going.
keep going.
Bad luck. A penny? Picking up a penny?
Picking up a penny would cause bad luck.
No.
No? All right.
I don't know. Are we allowed to help one another?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're playing for our own points.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry, Caleb. I wish I could help you. I'm so sorry.
How about
Just say anything.
walking behind a waterfall with your shoes untied?
with your shoes on tight.
No.
Shenanigans.
All right, Caleb is at 57 points. Sandra,
Good job, Caleb.
You have until you get an X to steal.
I'm gonna say stepping on a crack.
Stepping on a crack.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm gonna say. Can I say the Ides of March?
The Ides of March. You can say it.
But it's an X.
All right, Neil.
Uncultured swine.
Neil, your turn to steal the last two.
I have
all the points.
I have no idea at this point. I know number 2 is probably really easy, and we're all gonna kick ourselves in the butt for something that gives us bad luck. Because you already said, opening an umbrella indoors.
Oh.
That's really good, but
it's not there.
It's not there.
I've heard that one.
Okay, number 6, we have wishing someone good luck.
Oh, before going
I'm assuming
on
that's
stage?
an actor's thing,
Yeah,
an
that's
acting
actors.
thing.
Okay.
And at number 2, we have a broken mirror. All right, it is now Sandra's turn for the next question. Got the music and everything.
Hit me.
Okay.
Hit me.
So, besides St. Patrick's Day, name something you associate with March.
The March Madness.
March Madness. So, basketball. That's
Fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Wow. There's a lot of people who have angry brackets right now. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to say the Ides of March. I'm going to say it.
The Ides of March. What is the Ides of March?
March 15th is the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated.
Okay.
Fuck you. And then last, I'm going to say the first day of spring.
The first day of spring, survey says.
Very good.
Woo. Do I get to keep going?
You get to keep going.
It's pre-Easter.
Those
No.
5 things.
March. Okay, I'm going to say, so besides St. Patrick's Day, but can I say leprechauns?
Leprechauns. Unfortunately, no.
Huh.
All right, Neil.
Good luck.
Would you like to steal anything on the board?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say March. Other things associated with March.
Some of these are really weird, I have to say.
Some of these are kind of antiquated, I'm thinking.
Scott went back to 1884 to get his answers. The 1884 internet says other things associated with March.
Yeah, it says your survey was run in 1897. Okay,
Okay,
that explains
that was
it.
close.
That's the year I was born.
Pre-industrial revolution there.
One of these I deeply disagree with.
How about the horrible time change?
The time change, which is my favorite.
Yeah, which
day
is my
of the
least
year.
favorite thing.
Oh, come on.
All right, Caleb.
I'm gonna say rain.
Rain. I would normally associate April with rain.
Yeah, April.
To be fair, I would normally associate most of these with April. So
Like, are we done?
yeah,
Okay.
we have at 6 we have work.
What the fuck? What?
I know. At 5 we have babies.
Babies. Babies are traditionally later in spring.
At 4 we have gardening. At 3, and this is what I vehemently disagree with, we have taxes, which is in April.
Totally associate that with April.
And then for 2 we have plans for
I'm
summer.
gonna flip this fucking table.
Yeah, this one that one's weird.
That was not a good.
That one's weird.
That was a horror.
I got
Okay.
a point. I got a point.
You got spring.
You did you got the biggest one. So we currently you can't see the scores. Caleb at 57, Sandra at 43. Is currently at 0.
This is my time to shine. Shine.
Name a place where people keep or hide their good luck charms.
Keep or hide their good luck charms. Oh my God! In their hope cabinet, hope chest, whatever it's called, in a hope chest,
What
in a
is
cabinet,
hope chest.
a hope chest.
What is a hope? What do you keep in
Okay,
a
I know
hope
what a
chest?
Yeah.
Your dreams, your hopes. Yeah.
Just
He's thinking in
1884 terms. Sorry.
No, motherfucker, it's not out there.
How about in a safe?
In a safe. safe.
And a safe and/or safe deposit box.
Safe.
Okay.
Safe.
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 I got 7 points, sons of bitches. Where else do you keep your gems or important things?
Your good luck charms specifically.
Good luck charms. Under your mattress? Yay, I got one. Under the bed.
Oh, that barely counts. That barely counts.
That absolutely
That
counts.
absolutely counts.
This is Family Feud rules. It doesn't have to be exact.
This is
wording.
cultural feud rules.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to remember that.
Okay, where else would I keep in my underwear? In my brassiere?
In your
In
brassiere.
my brassiere? Do it.
In a drawer.
What?
No, that is not the same.
What is a brassiere then?
A bra?
Oh, in your bra?
Thinking of a bureau?
I'm thinking of a bureau.
No,
I'm
he
thinking
does
of a
not
bureau.
get that. He does not
No,
get
I'm
that.
sorry, you did not get that.
Well, I said a hope chest or a cabinet.
No, get the fuck
Okay,
out of here.
the next thing
He did say hope chest.
No, it's not the same. Not the same.
The next thing I was gonna say was a drawer, a drawer in my cabinet. Just give me another X, Scott, and from here, and then I'll hand it over to Caleb.
You're right. So you got one more X.
That was very
Oh.
honorable of you.
Finally, I thought that was the third X.
Damn, I'm still on the hook.
Some other place that I keep my things like that. I already said a bank. No, I said a safe. Is a bank deposit box a different thing than a safe?
So you're saying in the bank?
Well, a bank deposit box. Safe deposit box. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Caleb, would you like to steal anything?
I'm gonna say on you.
Well, you got to be more specific
On
than
you?
that. You've got to be more specific.
Got to be a little
In
bit
your pocket.
in your pockets.
Oh.
Ooh, that's the big one.
It's the big one.
But I have to get the other two to steal, right?
No, you
Or
get those
I
points.
I do
You
get.
go
Oh,
until you
okay,
get next.
okay. Bed drawer safe.
No one can. That's just blinking out your face because it's
Okay.
green.
It's kind of part of the fun.
How's my head?
My head
cut off?
In the floorboards
In the floorboards.
or under the floorboards.
No.
No.
Sandra, your turn to steal
In your shoe.
in your shoe. No. Okay. Number 6, in your purse or wallet. And at number 2, jewelry box. That's why I was asking you what goes in the hope chest.
So a hope chest
trying
is
to give it to
a
you.
hope chest is traditionally what a girl used to have to put everything in for when she was going to get married. That's a hope chest.
Ooh, Spooky Boo smells fire. That's no fun. Okay.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
All right. Next question. We're going back to Caleb. Oh, that's not the music.
Like the rodeo round.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Please don't take down our show.
Oh man, somebody's got a copyright
The
claim.
wrong music.
All right.
Green is the color of blank.
Shamrocks. Okay.
You get 2 more.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, wait, I don't think I get it.
Green is the color of money.
If that one was gonna be an X, I was gonna be like, fuck this.
I know, right? Green is the color of St. Patrick's Day.
It's not a bad guess. It's not a bad guess.
Green is
The color of my
the
drawer.
color. You know I'm colorblind, right? Green is the color of. Green is a concept.
Reality.
Green is the color of envy.
Wow. Yes, indeed.
I thought it would be higher. Oh shit! What's number 1 then? Green is the color of a shamrock shake.
Sorry, no.
Okay, those were my 2 big ones right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say clover, 4-leaf clover.
Sorry, no. I'm just going to say this since they can't see the chat right now. Max, very good guess.
Can I guess again?
No, but
Fuck!
you can.
Green is the color of mint.
I like that.
Mint ice cream.
I am going to give that one to you.
Veggies?
for 3 cents. For 3 points.
A vegetable is not ice cream. No.
He said
no.
mint. He
Mint.
said mint.
Mint is a vegetable. It
Mint
is.
is a vegetable.
He's right.
No.
Give me my 3 points, please.
And
Please,
you get to
ma'am. I
make-
want
and
my
you get
3
to try
points.
Again.
You can have them.
3 points.
You get to try for number 1.
Number 1.
Take those points.
Number 1.
It's gonna be big.
Number 1. It's gonna be. It's gonna.
Two guesses.
It's gonna
No,
be
I
huge.
have one more guess.
I have none. But
But
this
I
is
bet
it.
that
This is for all the green bananas. This is it.
Ding ding.
Green. Green is the color of. It's almost there. Wait, it's coming. Wait. It's the color
I'm
of.
going to time you out here in a second.
I know. Green is the color of unripened fruit.
Can I guess? I know it's not my turn, but can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead and guess.
No, it's over.
Oh, it's
yeah, just,
over.
you can go ahead and guess. before I start.
Emeralds.
No.
Ireland.
No.
Grass.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say Ireland hills like grass.
Vegetable?
Yeah, I should get that. Grass is closer to mint than veggies are.
All right.
What if we said marijuana? It's a veggie.
Sandra. No,
Okay.
that music should not be playing. Name something that might be colored green for St. Patrick's Day.
I'm gonna say beer.
It's gotta be on there.
Come on. Food, drink. Okay.
Yep.
I'm a little upset about it, but that's fine. I'm gonna say. So, okay, can I ask a clarifying question? Are these things that would not normally be green?
This is what people would have answered in a survey of what might be colored green for St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. Clothes.
Clothes. Can you be more specific?
More specific than mint.
How about
Shirts.
she's gonna kick your butt?
Shirt.
Yes.
Shirt. Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna say rivers, bodies of water, like the Chicago River. They dye that shit green.
That's actually really good. But no.
I still go right.
You still go. That's
I'm gonna say hair.
hair.
Move that mouse. Move that mouse.
Okay.
I'm gonna say pants.
Pants. No. All right, Neil.
I'm happy with what
Get
I
you
got.
some points.
Are there more articles of clothing on there?
You can't ask that.
Yes.
Hey, that's not fair.
I'm
There's a lot of different types of articles of
I'm
clothing.
gonna say socks.
socks.
Green socks.
No.
Son of a.
Jeez.
Son of a leprechaun.
How about a tie?
No. All right. I'm gonna do 8 last. So we have walls or
That's not
windows.
You don't color your walls or
Color your
windows
walls?
green for St. Pat. You paint your whole fucking house for one day.
Flags.
I guess.
Shoes.
socks? Get the
Fucking
Face.
Okay. I was gonna guess makeup.
Accessories / jewelry.
For real.
And 8 was vomit.
Green vomit. You color your vomit. How do you color your vomit?
I don't know. I think we're all feeling a little shenanigan here.
There's the right music. Okay. Name something you associate with St. Patrick's Day.
Walls.
Walls.
Are we a little bitter?
Hope chests.
I always make mine for every holiday.
Mint. Grass. Okay. I associate with St. Patrick's Day drinking alcohol. I associate it with green vomit. I associate with leprechauns.
Well, you gotta name one.
Leprechauns. Leprechaun.
That
Last?
is correct.
Okay. I associate shamrocks Or Shamrock Shake?
Okay, no, that's not fair. Okay, it's fine. Whatever.
That's only 3 points.
That was my own.
I'm
This
still way
shake was
behind.
my own
Okay.
add-on to it. It's Shamrock.
Is Ireland in there? Or is that like a given, so you wouldn't associate it with it?
Oh, should I guess now?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it is a guess. I associate, let's see.
Shamrock's not on there?
I guess not.
Wow.
The people who took
No,
these surveys.
Shamrock. I added the shake. The shake was my little fun little thing. Shamrock was one of them. Yes.
Shamrock, not Shamrock.
Yeah, okay.
I added the shake on there.
You're
It was
being
my own
funny.
little.
He's got
funny.
jokes.
Yeah, he's got jokes.
He's got
but
jokes.
Confusing the fuck
Out of
for
us.
me.
Yeah.
I guess I associate
Speak for you.
chasing rats out of my country or something. Isn't that St.
Wait,
Patrick's
rats?
Day? Isn't that St.
No,
Patrick's Day?
No rats.
Some
No,
guy
rats.
with a flute like chase rats out of a country or something.
just any country, just chasing
No, I mean Ireland, obviously. Wait, so you're saying that's not it?
That's not it.
I associate How about shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie.
This hurts.
So the Pied Piper, you're saying he was not Irish?
I'm not saying that he's not.
No, okay.
Is that your guess?
No, I was just asking. I don't know. What else is part of St. Patrick's
You got
Day?
2 X's.
I got wearing green things. Green clothing.
green.
Oh, just green. Okay.
Just anything green.
Anything green. I don't know. Green vomit.
All right, Caleb, you want to get some points?
Pot of gold.
Pot of gold.
I'm gonna say. I lost it. I'm gonna say rainbows.
Rainbows.
Fuck you.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. What we have
That's it.
pinching,
Oh, awful.
parades,
yeah.
and beer. I know.
Drinking are different.
I know. Yeah, they're different.
Oh,
I know.
shenanigans.
I think I got screwed in that one.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Neil, you just got screwed on your round. How do you feel?
Shenanigans.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, we have 2 more, so we're going to go one at a time through this. We're going to start with whoever has the least amount of points,
Oh.
which, as of right now, would be Sandra at 90 points.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to give you anything, Neil.
Caleb at 129.
Okay. Let me have it.
Name a city that has a large St. Patrick's Day parade.
Chicago is.
Yes.
I'm gonna say New York.
No. Now we're going to. Now we're
Fuck.
Going to Neil.
Can I have that
Go down
one?
the
No
line.
one steal my answer.
Boston.
Boston with 21 points.
Dublin.
Is it a U.S. city or?
Dublin.
Doesn't matter. New York.
New York.
Is that a wall?
Grr.
Wow. Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
What?
Philadelphia.
That's not even true. They got a huge Irish community there.
Caleb.
Philadelphia. Shit.
Scott's like fucking gleeful about this.
Say like freaking like San Francisco, it'll be there.
I know.
I'm gonna vomit green.
How about London?
No,
London.
I don't think so. That would be weird. I'm gonna say L.A.
No, and that's the end of this one. What we have
Ooh.
is New
New
Orleans.
Okay, yeah, that
and
makes sense.
Savannah.
Oh.
I'm assuming Georgia.
Yeah.
Over Philadelphia.
New Orleans, that makes sense. That makes sense. But only 3 points. You only get 3
Why
points.
didn't they, like, take that poll and
Final category. Again, starting with the
one at
one
a
with the
time.
least amount of points, which is now Neil. Where were you the last time you had a bit too much to drink?
Well,
Not you specifically,
Yeah, not
but
me
what
specifically.
people might have answered this question.
where was I?
Where would someone who was
Yeah, at the
answering
bar.
this- 52 points.
A party.
Is that specific?
At a party. It's not quite specific for this, but yes.
I'm going to say a wedding.
At a wedding.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Only 8 points. Fuck that answer.
At a club.
Duck Club.
Just because you can see my mouse doesn't mean you should spoil it for the people at home.
Forget those people.
At home.
Last but not least, I'm going to say, I know that'll be really depressing. I'm going to say a parade.
I can't remember. Did Neil get one wrong? Did Neil get an X on this one?
Yeah.
Neil got
Well,
an
I
X
went
on
first.
this one.
Yeah. Obviously. Yes.
No, but you haven't gotten an X
You
yet.
haven't gotten an
So yeah,
X.
go for
yes,
it.
that's true.
I would say The Office / work. No, wait. McDonald's.
Applebee's.
The final one for this category. Oh, you didn't get an X
Oh,
either.
no, he didn't get it. That's right.
Yeah,
Never
go
mind.
for it.
Oh, we keep going.
Sure. No, we'll just one more.
Bar,
Why not?
home, party, wedding.
You're in the lead. You're gonna give him one more chance.
Favoritism.
What? No, we can stop if you want.
Okay, we'll
No, it's
stop.
fine, it's
The
fine.
last
Guess,
one
Guess.
I don't have a guess.
is
That's-
college.
It's very generic. That is very generic.
So the final score at 147 points, Sandra. At 171 points, Neil. And at 181 points, Caleb.
Caleb always wins the game.
Not always. Not always. But thank you very much. Hello, my name is Caleb, and I will be your leprechaun for the evening.
Should we say goodbye at your normal seats?
No, let's just say goodbye here.
Okay.
You want us not to say goodbye here?
You want us to?
I realized I didn't actually do I didn't do any production for this particular scene for the closing. So yeah, it'd be great if you wouldn't.
Then we should probably do it.
Yeah, just stay right with
You don't
us.
even gotta switch us to
You
anything.
don't do anything.
We're here. Look at us.
Being over here now.
Yay.
Yay.
Are we good?
We're good.
So,
we're over here now to say goodbye.
do you know that producer Scott's picking our next film?
I heard that rumor.
I didn't know that, no.
What are you picking?
Do you know?
I do know, and
Ooh.
I'm very, very sorry, Sandra, but we are watching UHF.
Yay! UHF. UHF.
Neil's probably got a shirt for that already.
I do actually. I do have a UHF shirt. I get to wear my shirt.
He's all, yes! On all
Score.
sorts
Maybe
of
we should do
levels.
it on a Weird Al background and you're just a spear.
Have you ever seen that movie before?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Okay. All right. Well, you never know.
I don't even know what it's about. I know it's got Weird Al in it. That's all I know.
That's right.
That's all I
You,
know.
you respect him, man. We know that.
Yeah, yes, I respect Weird
Okay.
Al. I respect him.
That's excellent choice,
Yeah.
Scott. Excellent choice. All right. Well, let's wrap this up, I guess, huh?
All right, everybody, enjoy your St. Patrick's Day dumplings.
Yeah, have fun eating grass for St. Patrick's Day and vomiting green.
Don't forget to eat your mint!
Thank you, everybody who joined us.
Yes.
Past, present, or future.
There you go.
All of you. Goodbye. One more.
Time for St.
All right.
Patrick's dumplings.
I said 2 words at once.
Yeah, you did. It's fine. I liked
Oh,
it.
man.
All right, we're putting the bow on this.
It's all those green rivers.
Goodbye.
All the bits.